Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin and today we are packing my makeup bag again for yet another trip. I did this recently going to Japan. Now I'm going to Louisiana. So if you are interested in what I'm packing, my travel recommendations, or to hear maybe if you watched the last one, like what didn't work out so well or what I want to pack a little bit differently this time, keep on watching. Before we get too far into the video, if you have not already, I would love it if you would consider subscribing. I upload videos twice a week. It is totally free to subscribe, and I would love to have you back again on the channel in the future to talk all things makeup in the comments. And if you're already subscribed, thank you so much. Please like this video if you do like it. It really helps me out in the algorithm. All right, we're gonna go ahead back in time before this look because I like to pack while doing my makeup so that I don't miss any steps. And yeah, we'll talk about all of it. All right, so we are freshly showered and we are gonna start with primers. So in Japan, I finished up the Ulta Hydrating Face Primer. I definitely wanted to use up 2 of these little tiny primers, but I haven't done my update from Japan yet for you guys to really know this, but my luggage got lost for the first 3 days of the trip. I had none of this stuff. I had no makeup, just nothing, no clothes. It was a time, but I did get reunited with my things by day 3 of the trip, and I'm actually using the MAC Prep and Prime Skin Based Visage today to get ready, and she's empty. Like, I've got enough to use for today, but this is not going to get packed because I am like bending and squeezing the tube and nothing else is coming out. So we did use up 2 of those little minis between the Japan trip and the week that I've been back because I did have work, like a summer camp to run at the school where I'm employed for a week in between these 2 trips. And I do actually wear makeup pretty much every day in my day-to-day life. It's not just like a for YouTube hobby thing. Like, I wear all of the looks and things that I do. So yeah, that one's done too. So that means we're packing the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer again. This is in 1, if not 2 different projects to finish. So hopefully we get that finished. And I don't know that there's enough in there for a full 8-day trip. So I'm going to have to find another primer, I think, to add to that one, you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and pack these. I picked these up on an Ulta sale earlier this year and have yet to use them. I mostly purchased it for this. This is the, what is this called? This is the Full Night Sleep Cooling Blurring Under Eye Balm, and the full size was like $20-some, and I didn't want to commit to it in case I didn't like it. So I'm gonna take that. It looks very silicone-y, and then it came with a mini blurring primer as well from REM or REM Beauty. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. You guys can let me know in the comments. But yeah, this is a purchase I made earlier in this year and I haven't touched it yet, so perfect time I feel like to take it. Hopefully I like it because I'm going to be stuck with it basically if that Smashbox one runs out. But the box is just like a lot of cardboard unnecessary packaging, so I'm taking the stuff out so that it can fit into my little LA Glines makeup bags. Love these so much for travel. For foundation, I am taking the Lancome Tint Idol Care and Glow again, but that's not the only thing I'm going to take. Tokyo was hot as well in Japan, like 96, 97 degrees, not counting the humidity. So some days that was just like even a medium coverage was kind of a lot. I'm not gonna lie for that heat. So I'm gonna take also the Ritual Defeat Luminous Elixir 3-Drop Foundation. That's what I'm using today. It's a bit lighter coverage. I will say I do have to like set this one more, but I feel like it's okay that I have to set it. Like, I'm probably gonna have to set anything at this point in that warm of weather, to be honest. And this is one I've been trying to kind of work on recently as well to just like make more progress in it. I don't know if I want to use it up completely, but it's a good shade match for me. So we're gonna take that little Ritual Defeat one. And I do kind of like that this is more of a like put it on with your fingers, rub it out, lighter coverage. Sometimes I just want to even out my skin tone and kind of like cover any redness and then be done with it and move on. So I think this will be perfect for those types of days, especially, I mean, sometimes I honestly don't even wear concealer. I'll just put something like this on, like under the eye like this, so I get some pigment. I don't have like terrible dark circles, at least in my opinion. Maybe you disagree. So I feel like a lot of times foundation or just like a normal pigment is enough to even me out without adding concealer. That being said, I think I'm going to pack a different concealer this time. I packed the Tarte one. I didn't use it that much. Like I said, I just didn't use concealer in general that much on that trip. But I've used a different one that I already had in my collection, kind of forgot about since I got back, and I've been really enjoying it. So on the days that I am going to reach for concealer, I'll pack that one. Maybe I'll do just like a dab to show you in this video. I'm going to take this one. It's the Catrice True Skin High Cover Concealer. It's got hyaluronic acid. It's supposed to be waterproof. A little bit goes a long way. And then I'm basically taking the same brushes as the last video, so I'm not going to rehash that too much with you guys. I'm going to let that set for a minute while I do my brows. Nothing new here, normal brush, normal NYX, like not changing anything out. Still have not used up this pomade. It's like the product that never dies, honestly, which is good if you like it. I mean, I don't mind it. I used it for my wedding, so it's not like I think it looks bad by any means. All right, brows are filled. I think partly that product lasts so much because I don't use a ton of stuff in my brows. Like they're pretty, I don't know if you can tell, they're pretty fluffy and browing on their own as it is. So I'm really just filling in like any sparse spots. It doesn't take a lot of product to get them where I want to be. And then after this, I'm going to creams. I think I'm going to do again what I did with Tokyo because it is going to be so hot again, and pack both creams and powders, but I'm kind of torn on whether I'm gonna pack the same ones or not, to be honest. Like I know for bronzer I'm gonna pack the same thing just because I want to use this thing up. I might have in Tokyo had I had it, I don't know, it's not more than 3 days worth. Like you can see it's practically empty, right? We're scraping the edges, which this to me is like a testament to the product because this is not something that was in a project. This is not an item that I was actively like trying to even pan or use up. I've just genuinely been liking it that much again recently, and so it's just naturally happened, which is amazing and I feel like is very rare for me in my makeup collection. Let me know, do you like naturally runs through stuff and are like, oh my gosh, it's gone? Or you like me where you feel like you have to fight tooth and nail to like get stuff to be used up, honestly, sometimes. Such a nice undertone. Oh, I love that one so much. And I'm using the e.l.f. brush as well. That's the one downside I think to this project. That's the one downside I think to this product is it is so small that I even like I bought their brush for it to be able to get into the component, so that kind of stinks. I feel like they should make the component in a way that any brush can fit in there well, not just their own personal brand. And what the heck, I guess we'll go ahead and pack the same blush too. I'm not totally sick of this yet, but I feel like I'm on the cusp of getting sick of it, if you know what I mean. So this is the Believe Beauty Color Me Cream Blush and Doll Face, and this is super pigmented. I do feel like it's gone down a little bit since I've been using it so much, but not a ton. Not a ton, you guys. This is just going to be a product that lasts and lasts and lasts and lasts, I think, which I'm not super mad about. Like I said, I'm not like totally bored of it yet, but I feel myself getting there where I'm like, okay, like I'm starting to think about other products. So I have a feeling when I get back from this trip, I will truly be like, okay, please, next, let's move on. And it was so like hot and sweaty that I feel like I just did creams a lot of days. I didn't really go into this Pacifica duo too much either. So maybe I'll just pack that again. I know that's a repeat for you guys, but a little setting here of the cream products. Honestly, that looks good, that combo of those two things. It's very blushy, but I don't mind that, especially knowing it is going to fade throughout the day. If you haven't seen that other video, this is the Pacifica Desert Sunset Matte Blush and Bronzer. Not trying to like pan or anything with a lot of these products. They're just ones that I know will work. And they'll be like versatile, because I will say, as much as I love, like, let's say an orange blush, for example, it doesn't go with every look. So I have to kind of pick stuff I think is going to like match or vibe no matter what look I do when it comes to like eyeshadow and stuff like that. Speaking of, my eyeshadow primer is almost gone too. And I should look before I go, because I don't know if I have another one. I don't know, this one might last for the trip. Wes did point out to me, which was so funny, because why would he care? Beyond he knows my interests, that he was like, oh, there's a Sephora not that far from where we're staying. So I don't know, maybe if I run out of eyeshadow primer, since it's not a product I hoard, maybe I'll just wait and see, and then we'll make a little Sephora trip. And I'll post it on stories or something while I'm there if we end up going. What do you guys think of that? Oh, powder. So I didn't powder yet because I just did creams. I forgot. So I'm going to pack again my Laura Mercier translucent powder, simply because it is small. And because it's small like that, it fits really well for travel. I'm using my Coty Airspun today because it is not small and it's not travel friendly. The cap does not even screw on. But the fact that I use like a different powder, even though that's not what's in my bag, going through the steps like this is a tip if you're trying to pack for a trip. Even though I'm not packing this powder, it still reminded me like, oh yeah, I do powder in my step. I need to pack a powder for this trip. So that's going to be the Laura Mercier again. And I'm switching out my palettes, you guys. I'm going to take something out of season, Christmas palettes. I haven't used these a ton. I'll link my video where I bought all 4 of these at the same time and did one look of each of 4 palettes. But I'm going to take the Hey Reindeer palette and the Merry Christmas palette. There's always also the Christmas Eve and the Snow Dream palette. But I narrowed it down to these 2 just because there's some more cool tones, some more warm tones, some color, and some neutrals between the 2. The Merry Christmas to me is the more like warm tones, and it's got some greens, but it also has like a lot of golds, even like some murkier colors. So that one, and I think this is what I'm going to use today, the Hey Reindeer palette. So I think my plan, because I am wearing a shirt, oh you can't see it, that's like blue and purple today, is to go in with Cider. I'm trying to use shades I didn't use in that other video. And then maybe deepen out the outer corner here with Presence. I haven't used that shade yet. And then use inner corner on the inner portion. There's nothing super crazy like deep in this one. So, like, because I usually do a shadow liner. There isn't the other one. Isn't there? Is there any other one? Isn't there a black? Now I gotta double check. Yes, okay, so there's a black in this one. So I will probably just use that one as shadow liner. I did that in my last video where there was like a dark gray but not a black in the Nomad Tokyo palette. So I used the BH palette as a companion palette when I was using that and did want a liner to go with it. I'm actually going to use, I think, a little bit of Snow Wish as well, just to deepen up the outer corner. Just because I don't really like to do just like a shimmer without a matte on the outer corner to deepen things up. I'm not going to do a ton, just enough to give us a little bit, especially like at the lash line. I like something a little bit, I don't know, is it really smoky? Smokier? I don't feel like it's that smoky. It's a brown. Yeah, I like how that's looking a lot. And of course, my trusty flat Cleona brush. Gotta have this one everywhere I go. And let's go into Presents. I'm gonna be like really light because this looks intense. I'm not gonna lie. Woo! Yeah. Looks intense because it is intense. I'm glad I just did like a baby amount. So I'm just gonna put that kind of in the outer portion of the eye, spread it to make it kind of thinner looking. It's got a little bit of a darker base, which is why I'm putting it in the outer corner where I've got the darker matte to create some dimension here. You could do the shade all over the whole eye if you really like. We'll see where all Wes and I go if I want just like a smoky, more date night, or like there's lots of bars that have live jazz music there. So I might want a shade like this just to be like, you know, feeling myself. And then I'm gonna go in with Candy Canes, which I feel like is such an unexpected pairing, but I think it's gonna be good. Good, good, good. This is a smoother formula. It's not so textured. Ooh. It's like a little 4th of July looking, I'm not gonna lie, because this has kind of like a reddish pink undertone to it, which makes sense, duh, candy canes. But with the blue, it's like a weird grungy 4th of July on accident, but it's okay, it's okay. It doesn't look bad. And I just have not used these palettes that much since that one look per palette, per 4 palettes that I filmed. So I felt like this would be a good opportunity to get to know these palettes a little bit more too and give them a little bit more love since I haven't used them that much. And I know I do like them. There's so many palettes that I have, you guys. There's just only 2 eyeballs on my face, you know? That's so pretty. Ooh, we need, I feel, an inner corner. What do we have for an inner corner in here? Christmas ham is about the only thing. Okay, we'll do a little bit of that. I think it's like pinky, but it's like real flaky, so I gotta be careful with this one. Okay, I'm gonna be done with the Hey Reindeer now, and like I said, I'm just gonna go into the Merry Christmas palette for the black. I also like that if I want a colored liner, there is more of like a burgundy one that I could go into that's a little deeper, and this deep green, because sometimes I like, I don't know, just more of a fun pop of color shadow liner, especially if I'm going like really light with the matte shadows, which I've got some nice options in the Reindeer palette. Perfect. And this black is so pigmented. I just did literally one dip into that palette on this brush, and I even tapped it off. It's like the perfect, I just like that. The difference, I say it all the time, but this, like, fine, but like this, it just, I think it's my face shape too. It just really works for me, I think, to make everything more lifted appearing, and I really like that look on myself. I think it's because I have maybe more of like, I don't know, do I have like a long face? I feel like it's so hard to tell your face shape on yourself. It's so obvious and plain to see on others, but when it comes to mapping and seeing your own face, it's like, I have no idea. Ooh, I did a bad thing. I almost put this away instead of putting it in my packed bag. Oh, my trusty liner brush can't do that. Okay, of course we've got to do the lash curler. I'm packing the same mascaras, the Tarte Man Eater, the Tarte Big Ego, and what else do I have here? The Tarte, oh, Tartist. So I'm packing the same 3 mascaras. There's nothing new there. I'm also going to pack the same Ulta glitter glue in case I run into a shimmer that needs a little extra oomph. And the same 2 brow gels as last time. So that's kind of like boring stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and do that since it's all the same off camera, and I'll be back to discuss lips with you guys. All right, so one mistake I made last time when I packed was not taking a sharpener, because I did take a lip liner, a lip pencil that is sharpenable, but I had no sharpener. So I used it as much as I could until it was like, ow, I can't use it anymore. Like, I need a sharpener. So it's freshly sharpened now, and I'm going to pack the sharpener with me. This is the Melt Lip Liner in Headbang. I'm supposed to be using it up. It's almost gone. So we're going to put that on. Okay, I do like that to do just a little overlining on the top there. So I'll take that lip liner. I think I'm going to take the Inslee Rain or Shine again. I did use that a few times and really enjoyed it. But I'm not going to take the Spicy Pink Laura Lee Los Angeles liquid lipstick. I'm just kind of bored of that. So I'm going to take the Give Me Glow matte liquid lipstick in this shade. Oh, I love this kind of undertone, this kind of like yellowy, mustardy undertone. I don't think it goes with this look, so it's going to get packed. And then I'm also going to take just regular bullet lipstick. So this is the Milani Bullet Lipstick in shade Shoop. I've been liking this one a lot lately. I used it so much in a deck of painting project in the beginning of the year that I was kind of sick of it. But she's grown on me again. So that should give me plenty of lip options between a lip liner, a regular bullet lipstick, a liquid lipstick, and a gloss. And duh, obviously I'm taking one of my ColourPop lip oils too, as if that was in question. I really used Team Edward a lot while I was there. My lips got pretty dry and chapped. I think just like all the hotel rooms we were staying in. So we're gonna take that again. And we're also taking the Urban Decay Up All Nighter because let me tell you, it came in clutch when the temperatures were hot. I will say, as much as I don't like the hairspray-y feeling of this, it does the dang thing. It does the dang thing. So we're gonna take it again because it works when it is hot out. So yeah, guys, I think that's all of the makeup I'm gonna take with me to New Orleans. I know some of it's repeats, but just a little like refresh and cycle out. Here's the final look using the makeup we're taking. And I feel like I tried to pack like a lot of minis and smaller things to pack sample size wise to not take up as much room. But also I like that because I feel like I have some options. I can mix it up and not get bored with just like one thing to use over and over for the next like 8-9 days. And yeah, I like this look a lot. The shimmers are spectacular. Looking forward to using this stuff more. By the time you see this, I will be a few days into my honeymoon. So I hope you are doing well and I hope to see you again on the next one. Bye!